Hey team, it's Remembrance Day today, and I don't really know whether to say Happy Remembrance Day because for some families, like those of Nathan Cirillo and Patrice Vincent, those families it's not a happy day. I think they're probably proud of their family members for giving their lives for their country, but it's not happy for them in the sense of their loss. So today we remember those who have gone and went out to battle for our country, for our freedom, and to create a safe place here in Canada. And as I think about that, I want us to remember leaders in our life, even youth leaders specifically, who have gone before us. And I think back to when I was a youth and I was 16 years old, and I can remember a pair of leaders who really just invested in my life. You see, my family life was pretty solid. Grew up in a Christian home. My parents are even keel. And for the most part, our family life was pretty sweet. There were a few times, and I remember one time where in my house I didn't feel safe because an incident had occurred with a sibling. And so I actually asked my youth leaders at the time, they're a couple, husband and wife, and I asked them, can I come stay at your house for the night? Now I did that because I had built a relationship with that couple. That couple had invested in me. The guy specifically had been there for me in difficult times I was wrestling through deep stuff. He would talk to me about those things. He would listen to me. He would keep it in confidence, and then he would pray for me, and he would encourage me in my walk in faith. And because of that relationship, I felt that I was secure and safe to ask them, hey, can I stay a night? The next day, I went back to my house. I was fine. It was no big deal. But it's leaders like that in our lives that make a difference. And as leaders, when we are leaders like that, it makes a difference in students' lives. A few things that these leaders kind of embodied. One of the things obviously was they created a safe place. And we do that, as I said before, through openness and authenticity. We let students share with us where they're at, and we share kind of really with them what that means in their life. And we also create places of confidence where they can share those things and not feel like we're going to go tell other people all about it. Now, obviously, as I've said before, if they share something that is going to hurt them or hurt somebody else, you come to me or come to Chet, one of our leaders, and we talk about it and we decide where to go from there. But for the most part, the stuff they share with you, you hold in confidence and in trust, and you pray for them, and then you walk them through that. And that's how we build a safe place. Another thing is the leader who I had in my life, the leaders who I had in my life, they cared not just about my spiritual well-being, but me as a whole person. And yes, on Wednesday nights, we're there to talk about the spiritual, talk about our relationship with Christ, and that is ultimately important. But we need to deal with students as whole people, not just the spiritual, but the emotional, the physical, and everything that goes along with that. And so when we have conversations, let's not just talk about the spiritual, but have real conversations about the whole person. And third, I just want to say, this is kind of a bonus, that leader had a relationship with my parents. I know because my parents wouldn't let me just stay over at some random person's house. They cared enough, not just to build a relationship with me as a student, but they cared enough to actually form that relationship with my parents. And I just want to encourage you that you need to form relationships with parents as well. As you connect with these students and as these parents come to pick them up, sometimes the parents, they just text the student and they go walking out the house. Spend some time outside. I realize it's cold right now, but spend some time connecting with those parents either outside or at church and just build a relationship so they know who you are. It would be a shame if we walked away and parents didn't know, after this year, who their leader was. So I just want to encourage you to do those things. Authenticity, building confidence, caring about the whole person, and then also connecting with parents. Those will help to build a solid, safe place that students have in you. I also want to hear from you guys. If there's anybody that was a leader in your life, especially as a youth, what kind of qualities did they embody? Was it positive, negative? What did they do for you? What was the characters that impacted you? Send me an email or send me a Facebook message. I would love to hear it, and maybe I'll mention it in our next email. Thanks for your time. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.